Well, hey, Corey, man, it is great to see you. You know what? First of all, I want to welcome you to the DrillFreak video blog series, where it's all things relevant to golf. So you right now have another record because you served as the most guests that I've had on all the different V blogs that we've had since the inception of this. So again, welcome, and it's cool. It's great to see you. And it's been a few days. You know, we've seen each other about 2 weeks ago, and we had a lot of fun, you and I together, teaching within the clinic. We did the Pygo challenges up there. We had a lot of fun with comedian actor Bill Murray, and that was one of the coolest things I know, at least in my career, to be a part of. So that was all good. But everyone knows now in the area, and everyone knows now in the golf world, that someone accomplished the 67 million to 1 odds, having 2 aces in the same day, on the same hole, in one of your club events. So has it sunk in yet, like on what you've accomplished?
It has finally, and even in the beginning, like the last couple of days went by, I would have just kind of passed it off as, you know, that was a pretty cool experience. But every day through members, conversations with members back and forth, talking to people, they've all given me these little facts about kind of how it happened, what had happened, and it started dawning on me how actually incredible it was.
Cool.
So for me, it was just, you know, it was a cool experience. I would have kind of passed it off and let it go, moved on, but the last few days were interesting. Yep.
So you're the head golf professional at Edgartown Golf Club, and also the director of instruction, just for those that are watching here. But Corey, these hole-in-ones, now what was the format that you guys were doing here?
So the event was a reading room event, which is a small club on the island here. And we host their event every year. It's actually funny and interesting, it was their 66th annual. So it's pretty interesting that, you know, a club event is going on 66 years. So what they do is they have the golf professional traditionally post up on a par 3, wait for each group to come around. It was a 9-hole event, so I was posted up on hole number 8, and what they would do is each group would come around, they'd hit their tee shot, and then obviously but most of the time it was a tough hole, so they didn't hit the green, and they would buy a mulligan shot from me. And it's a way for the reading room to give back to the golf professional here and allow me to have a steak dinner at night by, you know, little $10 golf shots as mulligans. So there was 36 players in the field. I sat there all day and just, you know, had the groups pass around, and I would hit a shot after they all did. That was the format of the tournament and how it came about.
Nice. Well, okay, so I've met Mark Hess, who's your general manager there, and he's got to be extremely excited by all of this. So any Golf Channel buzz? I mean, come on, like this is 67 million to 1. What's been going on? You've been talking to people.
It was. I mean, before I made it back to the clubhouse, I had already received text messages from every pro on the island. He had, you know, made it his duty to make sure everyone knew about it, because it was pretty exciting. And I was still kind of, you know, out there working, hitting balls, and kind of what a non-traditional PVD or perfect Vineyard day. It was kind of blustery. It was 20-mile-an-hour winds, 25-mile-an-hour winds, and rainy. But everyone knew about it by the time I got back. And as well as actually one of our members reached out to the Golf Channel, or not Golf Channel, but PGA of America. They reached out to me. I just did an interview with them yesterday. So that's all posted now. It's on the PGA's website. And then I have another one tomorrow morning with PGA Magazine. And then we'll see. I mean, if the Golf Channel wants to pick it up, he's reached out, but we'll see what happens with it. I'm not too concerned about it. I like staying in my little home up here and keeping quiet. But I understand it was a pretty cool accomplishment, so I'm okay now talking about things.
Well, that's cool. That's cool stuff too. And by the way, that's not a little home too. I spent a few days up there. You have a nice Edgartown has put you up very, very nicely up there. So, so you know, I know you're aware of one of our local amateurs here in NEPA, Mark Bartkowski, doing the same thing about 7 weeks ago. Mark did it. I had him on my V blog. We had a great time, he and I together, and I've known Mark a long time. You've known Mark. But a lot of people don't realize that both of you guys are Mid-Valley High School alumni, and I know the school is actually going to do something for you guys. And both of you guys are, you're definitely Scranton Muni rats for sure, growing in the game. So what are the odds of having two guys from the same high school pulling this off probably within six weeks of each other?
That was the one thing I would tell everyone. They would all congratulate me on it, and they would say, God, I'm sure no one else has done that, or maybe a couple people in their life. And I say, interestingly enough, and I would talk about how Mark Bartkowski, hometown, same graduating, or same high school, we both graduated from, both developed our games at the Scranton Municipal, and for it to happen like that was quite interesting. So every time someone would congratulate me on it, I would be quick to say, well, wait a second, mine is fun, but Mark Bartkowski did it before me, plus he did it on a second set of tees. I was on just one set for the two. So his was a little better. His was a little harder.
That's cool stuff. So how about any info on the club, the yardage, what you were using? Because I know you did mention it was a kind of a windy day. Give me an update on that, or give me some info on all that.
So hole number 8, we have 3 par 3s, or 2 par 3s on the front, and that's all that they played was the front 9, 6, and 8. I was posted up on number 8, which is a slightly downhill 10-yard hole. It's actually one of my favorite holes because Traps Pond is right behind the green, and then there's some beautiful mansions, and then there's beach. It's all beachfront property. It's the ocean behind, so
right.
You're looking into a beautiful hole. However, it wasn't the days you've experienced here where it was just beautiful. It was blowing 25 mile an hour wind straight into us, coming right off the ocean into us. So it was 157 yards to the flag, 147 with the 10-yard slope. However, with that 25 mile an hour wind, it was playing roughly 180 to 190, depending on what wind gust you were getting. I had the chance to hit 4 golf balls before the tournament started, just to try to see what club I need to be hitting. And I hit 2 6-irons, and I couldn't quite flight them low enough. They'd still get a little balloony, and then I grabbed a 5, choked it down, put it back in the stance, and I hit 2 little knockdown 5-irons. I thought, okay, I'll be able to do this today. And all I was trying to do, honestly, was get it close to the green or on the green. It's a very, very narrow sliver of a green in the front when you're hitting and to hit it to. So it was a very difficult conditions for that day. So I was hoping to help them out by just leaving them around the edge or getting them a couple on the green. I did not expect to be throwing lasers most of the day like that. And so I was hitting 5-irons, just knocked down 5-irons, and it was funny because 2 groups had already passed. I was hitting it very well, even with it raining and blowing into the face like that. Rain jackets on, rain pants on, rain pants off. It would stop. It would get a little warmer. And then the 3rd group came in, and I hit a really good shot. I found a nice little zone in there, and then the 2nd one of that group, I made the hole in one. And then I settled down a little bit, tried to hit a 3rd shot. I hit a 3rd shot, hit it pretty decent, knocked it on the green. And then we went down, we grabbed our golf ball, my golf ball out of the hole, we were celebrating. And then I had to drive back up to the tee to make my way for the next group to come around. I got back to the tee, and gentlemen were asking, how are you hitting them? Hopefully you're going to hit them well for us. I said, well, I just had a hole in one. Nonchalantly, and they were like, oh yeah, okay. They didn't really believe me, and because I didn't really do much more than that. And I said, no, really, I just did. I had a hole in one. And they go, oh my God, really? I said, yeah, I just did. And, well, hopefully you can have one for us too. And I said, well, we'll see. And so first guy gets up, I hit one for him, I knock it to about 5 feet. Next guy comes up, I make that one. So it was within 5 balls I made a hole in one. And they were roughly 12, 15 minutes apart. So that was a pretty interesting fact there.
That's really incredible. That's incredible. Any other interesting facts that went on during that time frame?
Yeah. So at the beginning of the reading room tournament, they had we had 2 moments of silence for 2 of the longtime members of the reading room. One was the chief stewardess, Stewart, and one was the longtime club president. And I felt that was kind of interesting that I made 2 hole-in-ones for 2 gentlemen who were longtime members there and members here who had just passed away. One was 2 months, one was last month, one was just a few weeks ago. So that was interesting. The other interesting fact was that both of the guys I made a hole-in-one for, found out this later, I realized that they were both wearing yellow hats. The only 2 yellow hats in the event. Thought that was pretty interesting. And like I said, about 12 to 15 minutes apart, I had 2 aces. And you may not believe it, but after the second ace, the next ball I hit stayed on that same line and was heading for the flag and was right on it and just barely got to about 1 foot to 2 feet short. And I almost made 3.
Oh, man. Well,
Yep.
that would have been really, really incredible. And I know that hole. That's a cool hole. That was my early morning walk, if you can recall. At a little, like around 5:30, I'd walk all the way down through 7, all the way down to 8, go around 8, and then hang out there by the ocean over there. So that is I could see that being an extremely tough hole to do what you did. So that's a great accomplishment, man. I mean, again, everybody up here is proud of knowing the fact that you were able to do what you did. And I know back home or here, the same thing where, me as a dad, I'm certainly proud. We've both grown up on the golf course together. So listen, I'm going to take you to the lightning round here. We do this all the time with our guests when we do the interviews. So these are 1-word answers. There's going to be one little trick question here that you do not know about. I know some of these, but here we go. So how much did you get from any of the aces? 0. Okay. And how much did it cost you to buy everyone a drink?
2 cases of beer.
Whoa, you got off way easy. Pro V1 or Pro V1X? Pro? Oh, Crow, that's right. You're a Callaway guy. I take that back. I forgot. Best part of your game?
Driving and wedging.
Okay. Walking or riding when you're playing?
Walking.
Okay. And have you played with Bill Murray yet?
I have not. I haven't seen him lately. But I will be grabbing him. I'll make him play with me.
All right. Well, well, he mentioned too, he wanted to play with it. I was there for that. Bonus question. What's your dream foursome to play with?
I prefer threesomes.
To be honest. Okay.
Yep. So my dream threesome, you, Grandpa, rest in peace, and myself. That's it. All 3 of us play golf, but yet all 3 of us have not been able to get out, I don't believe, that I can recall.
I don't think we ever did. No. You've played with Gramps. I played with Gramps. I played with you, but never the 3 of us together. So maybe in heaven someday that will be the dream heaven threesome. Surprise question, chocolate or vanilla?
Oh, chocolate. Okay. Ben and Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie.
Cool. Well, in the shot, you probably, unbeknownst to you, is Jerry's been hanging out back there. So I miss Jerry. He's having a great time, and it's been a great time having you on the V Block again, Corey. I always enjoy you as a guest, and of course, when I come up, I can't wait to see. I know we'll be doing some golf schools later on in the season, and also I definitely want to get in on some more action on the Rusty Pipe too. Which is
Rusty Pipe's looking good. I just maintenanced it the other day. Trimmed out some of the fescue around the bunkers. Watermelon patches are really growing in. We've got some replacements of the gnomes around the bunkers, so it's heavily guarded now. Yep. So I'm looking forward to the trip up. We got a golf school coming up in the end of September, so I'm looking forward to having you back.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be great, and we'll get a chance, like I said, try my luck on the Rusty Pipe again. All right, buddy. Listen, Corey, we're going to sign off here now, buddy. I just want to tell you, take care, stay safe, peace and love, and we will see you again really, really soon. DrillFreak Nation, we'll catch you guys back again Always great to have someone on here, especially something like this with the odds of 67 million to 1 doing what he did. Great stuff, Corey. We'll catch you again real soon. Take care.
Okay. Do that.